Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we do custom control panel tags using anodized aluminum. Might surprise you to learn, but we actually do a lot of custom control panel work. Generally what we do is the customer gives us the stainless steel front covers, and we do the fiber laser etching directly on it. And that's great for, let's say, food safe products where there's chemical washdowns and bleach and all that sort of stuff involved, where you can't reuse lamacoid tags, which we can also make as well. Another application is we do a lot of electrical panels too, and with that kind of stuff, we end up doing a lot of these kind of things here. So these are anodized aluminum, and as you can see, there's a stop, and this is just one of the thousands of tags we've made through the years. And I never really showed the part of actually cutting these out. Generally what we do, we have large volumes involved, and in that case there, we send the tags to be made by a stamping company. And the stamp, what it does is just puts the sheet down, boom, 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 pops them out. It's very, very cost effective of production. Now, it doesn't work because you need to make molds or stencils, I'm not sure the exact wording for it, for the stampers. But you need volumes, like our welding tags, we do thousands at a time, and because we got the molds and boom, 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 make them all out of the anodized aluminum. But it causes a problem with small volumes such as this. In this case here, we're just doing 20 of these, and we're only doing, well, a little less than 100 of these. So to go through the steps involved with a stamping company, it's just absolutely not cost effective. So that's where the fiber laser comes in. Because with the fiber laser, it's slower than stamping, but it's faster than any other process that I know of for cutting anodized aluminum, special, to spec. And the nice thing about it is, fiber laser cuts through this stuff like butter, which is wonderful. And it also means we can do small volumes like this, relatively cost effectively compared to alternatives. Now, we can't always use lamacoids, depends again where that control panel or electrical panel goes, but we can actually make tags that go onto the panel that are a lot more durable, and that's why the anodized aluminum really comes in handy. So here we're laser cutting out the red anodized aluminum. These will become the emergency stop sort of backing for the emergency stop button on the customer's control panels. Now you'll notice that the sheet does move a little bit during this production, and they actually fly off. And the reason for that is because you have 300 PSI shooting straight down. Now in this case here, the sheet is a little bit small, and it would cause production issues if this moved any more than it did here. And as a result, that's why you saw those bricks. And the bricks are just, covered in paper towels. What that does is prevent the roughness of the brick from scratching the anodizing that's on the sheet. Now you'll notice that, of course, the sheet was moving around a little bit, and that might cause some issues. So that's why I always make a ton of extras, because most of them will be fine. A couple of them might have a miscut, so that's why you do that. And you generally get that on the edge, such as the red ones. In this case here, we're cutting through the edge of the black anodized aluminum, and you don't see anywhere as much moving. And that's just because the way the air pressure shooting down just happens to not affect it as much as with the red one. You also notice that, again, it doesn't matter what machine we use in our shop, you'll notice that we always cut the inside part and then the outside part. The reason for that is because we want ultimate precision. In this case here, if we cut out the outside part, there would be no inside part because it would actually fall through the bed of the machine. So, but sometimes, for projects like this, sometimes we add tabs. And in that case, you won't have that issue. It won't fall through because it's still being supported by the base material. And we still cut the inside before the outside just to make sure if anything moves, we still have the precision that we require for these tags. Now, another thing to keep in mind is when we're fiber laser cutting these, we have a lot more precision than plasma or water jet. And they all cut the same. They all cut the same accuracy. The difference is the size of the cut or the diameter of the cut. It's a lot finer with fiber. What's really nice about anodized aluminum over lamacoids is the durability. It's dramatically more durable. It's paper thin, and it's a really nice alternative to, let's say, stainless steel. Stainless steel, you can have any colors you want as long as it's the typical metal look. And when it comes to anodized aluminum, you get I'd say at least a dozen different colors, strong colors, and you can also do custom of course, if you want a custom color. It's not color matched, but it's close to what you have in mind because of the way anodizing is actually done using a chemical process in a vat. So you have a little bit of variation in the color, but you know, if you want like bright red instead of dark red, we can sort of do that for you as well. So that means we can grab the sheet now at CNCKing.com. From the sheet, produce a custom color for you, if you know whatever spec that you might have in mind for it. It can be any thickness of anodized aluminum, so you're not stuck to this one here that is 0.02 inches thick. You can go as thick as you want, as thin as you want, it doesn't really matter. And so we go custom color, custom thickness, and now we can do custom shape. And that's a capability that's taken me many years to get around to actually being able to provide to my customers. And since then, you know, our customers love that we can do now low volume stuff too as well. You know, not every company, you know, makes thousands of control panels, you know, with similar specs. Every customer has control panels, electrical panels, all those kind of panels. And they all have different specs for them. And, you know, one customer might want, you know, 50 of these things here that are yellow. Another one might want them red. Another one wants them gold. Now we can actually provide that to you. So the next step after making the blanks, which is the most important part, to the customer spec, the next step is to use, again, fiber laser again. And what the fiber laser does, it bleaches and etches the surface of it. So this is not an ink or a dye. This does not come off. This is actually the laser cut it out, and the laser did the marking on it permanently. Now CNCKing.com also has a lot of different fiber and CO2 laser sources, so we're not limited to any one way of making things. In this case here, I'm actually using the CO2 to do the engraving onto the black anodized aluminum that we fiber laser cut. And what you'll see after this is actually we use a fiber laser on our galvo to do the same thing on the emergency stop switches. With this process here, the galvo is a lot faster for individual large units like this, but there is definitely a size limitation that we have, because when things go out of focus, nothing really happens, or it happens not very clearly. Well, with the gantry system, we can do larger items at once. It just happens that, you know, I just wanted to have a little bit of diversity here. And when it comes to circle things, it's a little bit tough to line them up properly, 100% dead on. So that's why I'm doing one at a time here with the galvo fiber, instead of the CO2 overhead gantry system, or overhead, yeah, gantry system. So what is the major advantage of using a laser to do all of this stuff? The major advantage in this case here is low production volumes for cutting them out, and also for the customization on here. So because this is not an ink or a dye, it means that there's nothing that's going to fade, crack, or peel over time. You could put bleach over this, you know, you could really abuse it more than you ever could a lamacoid, and it'll take it, not a problem. The other nice thing about having this done in steel, it can be stainless steel or anodized aluminum generally, is that if it's, let's say we do these things for you out of stainless steel, they won't be red, they'll just be the steel color, as I mentioned earlier. You can actually tack weld or full weld those onto the control panels. And if you go with anodized aluminum, well, then you can also do that. You can also rivet them. So in this case here, the customer doesn't need the riveting, so they're just this way. So if you're looking for custom anodized aluminum tags, contact me at CNCKing.com. We'll make them for you and ship them right to your door.